Start to the day. We have just a little bit of rain right now north of I-44 back up towards Marys County, heading over towards Lebanon into Laclede County right now. Some on the moderate side, but certainly nothing widespread for your afternoon today. Temperatures a bit variable, ranging from 54 in Camdenton and West Plains to already 70 in Harrison right now. And heading into the afternoon today, winds a little breezy at times, about 10 to 20 miles an hour right now, a little stronger west of 65. And temperatures warming up today for some in the mid 70s, for others maybe even a little bit warmer. Temperatures this evening staying back in the mid 60s around 7 to 9 p.m. and highs today ranging from maybe the upper 60s in Camdenton to mid to even a few maybe upper 70s in parts of northern Arkansas this afternoon as a warm front continues to lift further off to the north, a little bit cooler in parts of central Missouri. And heading into the evening and early overnight hours tonight, we are looking at the potential for maybe a low risk for a few strong to severe storms with quarter-size hail as that primary threat. I'll have more details on the timing and a couple more severe risks this week coming up soon. North over the area right now, helping push in some warm, humid air and will help kind of as the system hangs around for a while. So today, temperatures going to climb into the low to mid 70s for many, maybe some mid 60s in our far northernmost counties, depending on the exact track that warm front and how far it lifts north, I should say, but everyone above average for this time of year. And then by 8 o'clock, some mid 50s north to mid 60s still further to the south. Everyone looking at a very warm night tonight, ranging from the upper 40s to low 60s out the doors starting the morning off tomorrow. Now timing out your rain today and tomorrow. Today, maybe a few peaks of sunshine here and there this afternoon, maybe a few sprinkles north of the interstate, but rain chances going up this evening, maybe around 7 o'clock, still mostly north of I-44. And I think the better chance for some storms actually comes after dark, closer to midnight tonight. Maybe a few strong to low and severe thunderstorms north of I-44 and maybe a few also west of Highway 65 into early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, more storms moving on in, and some of these could pack a punch very likely and also bring us some heavy rain at times. And then we'll continue to see some storms that could be severe into the afternoon and evening hours, shifting mostly south of I-44 for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Then overnight, still raining into early Thursday morning, but maybe trying to dry out heading into Thursday afternoon briefly before another chance on Friday. So today, or I should say tomorrow, we have a level 1 marginal risk in green. The greatest severe risk right now situated in far southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, and our threats are going to include mostly just quarter-size hail as our main threat, maybe some wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. And tomorrow there is a very low but not zero chance for an isolated spin-up tornado. But once again, I think what we'll see more of obviously is going to be hail and damaging winds, kind of as those bigger threats that we see. But not everyone will see severe storms today or tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we'll go into the mid-60s. For your Wednesday, Thursday, just a little warmer, all week above average. A warm day on Friday. We have some daily rain chances through Saturday, and the storms Friday mostly arriving in the overnight hours. And here's that timing. We'll see maybe a few showers, isolated thunderstorm Friday afternoon and into the evening. But the better severe risk is actually going to be heading into the overnight hours for now if that timing holds together. So this is early Saturday morning, still maybe tracking a few more storms waking up Saturday morning, and then into the afternoon we begin to dry out, maybe a few more peaks of sunshine for the later half of the day. Already a severe risk for Friday right now, a medium risk issued for areas west of really kind of along I-49 and off to the west there. Low risk right now highlighted in yellow for much of the area. Very beneficial rain though, and maybe even a little bit too much for some of you. Totals could be several inches in a few spots. We'll have to watch the timing and the track of these storms closely, but some spots maybe even picking up more than 3 inches for just a few of you. But we'll be watching out for that through the week. Once again, though, we certainly could use the 60s to mid 70s for highs this afternoon. And then heading into the evening and overnight tonight, the potential for a few strong to maybe low end severe storms, mostly north of I-44 and west of Highway 65 with quarter-size hail hail as your primary threat with storms today into tonight. Tomorrow we'll add maybe some strong gusty winds too and a very small tornado threat. Well above average today and through much of the week. We do have a few storms on the way though late this afternoon, mostly into the evening and overnight. Just a spotty shower now moving out of Laclede County into Camden County. Nothing severe about this, most of it on the lighter side and maybe a sprinkle or two this afternoon, but many just enjoying a warm, kind of humid day today. Temperatures back in the 60s for some, to 70s and others, a little bit cooler in Warsaw, but the warm up thanks to a warm front that's continued to work its way north over much of the area. Winds are a little breezy at times coming in from the south mostly. Right now sustained about 10 to almost 25 miles an hour here in Springfield. And through the day today, temperatures continuing to warm up into the mid 70s for many, staying in the mid 60s this evening. A look at highs today, maybe just a little bit cooler still in some of our northernmost cities in the 60s, but still above average for this time of year. 74 in Springfield, 75 in Branson and Harrison for the day today. And we are tracking some storms heading into the evening and overnight that could be severe. A low marginal risk that we'll talk about, and I'll time it out for you hour by hour coming up soon. A little break in the cloud cover for just some of you here in far southern Missouri and into northern Arkansas. A sprinkle or two moving into Camden County, but most will stay dry into the afternoon. A warm front situated across parts of the northern Ozarks right now and will continue to filter in some warmer air for the afternoon. Temperatures well above average, ranging from mostly the upper 60s north of the interstate to mid 70s in northern Arkansas this afternoon. And we'll continue to see temperatures staying very warm this evening, ranging from the 50s north to mid 60s further off to the south. And lows tonight, 48 in Warsaw, one of the coldest spots. However, that's still above average for this time of year, and we'll be in the low 60s in parts of northern Arkansas as well. Now this afternoon, like I mentioned, maybe a little break in the cloud cover for some, and I don't want to rule out a sprinkle or two, but just about everyone will stay dry until the evening hours when some scattered showers will likely develop. And then overnight, the potential for maybe a few thunderstorms that could pack a punch with that low risk for severe storms, like I mentioned, for really just quarter size hail as that primary threat. And then by tomorrow morning, another wave of storms arriving. This one could also pack a punch in the morning with a severe risk, and then continuing into the lunch hour, some pockets of heavy rain, some thunderstorms, and then the risk shifts a little bit further south of I-44 tomorrow afternoon and evening. And we'll continue to watch these storms also potentially severe in the evening hours, and then overnight rain hangs around into early Thursday morning, still mostly south of the interstate, before maybe trying to wrap up briefly tomorrow afternoon. Now tomorrow's severe risk, level 2 slight risk here in south central Missouri, northern Arkansas. Level 1 risk highlighted there in green you see, and your threats are going to include mostly quarter size hail as the primary threat for tomorrow, but also some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible, and there is a very low but not zero tornado threat, but we'll see primarily damaging winds and hail, and certainly nothing widespread still expected for the day tomorrow. Temperatures staying very warm all week in the 60s and even mid 70s again by Friday. Some daily rain chances with more storms Friday, mostly overnight into Saturday morning, and these could also be severe. So here's that timing. A little bit of rain still possible Friday afternoon and evening. Storm chances going up after dark. Rain hangs around, storms overnight into Saturday early morning, and then clearing out by Saturday afternoon, likely some dry time. Now Friday's severe risk doesn't want to load potentially right now. I believe it's been updated. Still though, we are looking at a medium risk. I'll just pinpoint it for you. Mostly kind of close to I-49 right there, and then a low risk extends back over into our easternmost counties. And there we go. There you can see it. Just took a little while. So there's that medium risk, and then a low threat right now as well. We're a little bit further out, so the threats are either low or medium, and we'll continue to be watching this at storm chance closely over the next few days. Once again, mostly Friday night. Pretty significant rainfall, though, many picking up at least several inches. West, we have a small system back over mostly towards Colorado, around the Denver area and into Wyoming, bringing them a bit of snow and rain for the day today. Definitely much needed. They're in what we call a snow drought, basically, back around parts of the mountains here. They've not seen a lot of snow this season compared to normal. Back over in the Northeast, though, I feel like they've seen a lot of snow so far this year. Back up in Massachusetts, New Jersey, and back over towards Pennsylvania as well as New York, looking at a little bit of snow today and maybe even a bit of a winter mix there as well, causing them a bit of a headache, and then some rain trailing behind it back from Indiana, Ohio, and into West Virginia right now. Today there is a risk for severe storms, though, here across parts of the plains and into the Midwest. Level 1 marginal risk extends back over into parts of northern Texas today. Tomorrow, though, a little bit greater of a risk. That it does include us here in the Ozarks with a level 2 slight risk extending back over through Dallas and into central Texas. Damaging winds, large hail, the primary threat, but a very low tornado risk that we already kind of talked about. But we'll be watching that closely. Another greater risk maybe on Friday for us in the overnight hours. 74 here in Springfield today. Cooler off to the north, 50 in Omaha, 42 in Chicago, 84 in Dallas for a high today. This year, we are still under a rainfall deficit for the area, looking at about 1 inch to 2 inches for many cities. Some spots, though, like West Plains, a deficit of about 3.5 inches. So we could really use some rain. The good news is this week, a spring-like weather pattern taking shape, and we are looking at a decent amount of rain, with many spots picking up at least 1 inch of rain, but many areas will say maybe closer to that 2 to 3 inch range, with locally higher totals certainly possible for some of you as well. So maybe not while completely drought busting. I do think the rain this week will certainly put a pretty decent dent into our drought monitor over the next week ahead. Now, here's a look at a severe risk chance that we have. Today, really heading into the evening and overnight, it's going to be low marginal risk. By tomorrow, there is a slight risk for severe storms, mostly south of I-44, and we'll watch another risk for severe storms Friday overnight into early Saturday morning. Once again, the threats for today, really mostly just quarter-size hail. Tomorrow, adding 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts to that mix, and a very low but not zero tornado threat. So be sure to download the KY3 weather app for the latest forecast updates and, of course, any warnings that are issued for your area. Mid-70s for highs this afternoon. We could see a few storms this evening and overnight tonight. A low risk for severe storms mostly north of I-44, west of Highway 65, with quarter-size hail as that primary threat. Some more storms possible tomorrow in the morning and then again in the evening and early overnight. Showers, no storms right now. Clipping some of our northwestern most cities. A little bit of some light rain near Nevada, Stockton, Osceola right now. Heading up towards Cole Camp. Maybe a few sprinkles over towards Golden City, and rain today mostly north of I-44, and there is the potential late this evening and overnight tonight for a few storms that could pack a punch, with a low level 1 marginal severe risk, mostly north of the interstate and west of Highway 65. All thanks to a warm front that's continued to lift north over the area. We're looking at temperatures for most in the 70s right now, 56 a little bit cooler in Warsaw, 68 in Camdenton, 63 in Rolla, and 73 in Mountain Home. Winds are coming in from the south. It's been a little breezy today, right now sustained about 10 to 15 miles an hour on average. You can see the sky getting a little bit darker, and we'll see temperatures staying very warm this evening in the 60s from around 7 o'clock, continuing for some overnight tonight. We'll wake up to some upper 40s in Warsaw, to around 60 by around 6 o'clock in the morning in Harrison. And then temperatures tomorrow afternoon will be variable, ranging from the mid-50s north to still maybe some 70s further off to the south, with scattered rain and some storm chances on the way for your Wednesday, with another severe risk tomorrow that'll time out for you coming up soon. Shifting north today, now it's kind of stalled out here across parts of central Missouri, and this will help bring in the warmer air and moisture like it did this afternoon, but provide enough lift with the system to bring us a bit of rain, some storms, and then the system hangs around for the day tomorrow to bring us some more rain and storms. So this evening by around 8 o'clock, temperatures still above average, mid-50s north, mid-60s further south, and then lows tonight well above average. The coldest temperatures still above average, 49 in Warsaw, and then 60s back in northern Arkansas. Many, though, here in Missouri will wake up to temperatures in the 50s, and then by tomorrow afternoon, mid 50s to maybe even a few low 70s in parts of northern Arkansas tomorrow afternoon before a weak cold front, and I don't want to say weak, before a cold front pushes on through. It's just not going to push in colder air behind it. By around 7 o'clock today, we still have a few scattered showers. Still mostly north of I-44, and there is the chance for a thunderstorm or two with a very low severe risk this evening and overnight tonight. By around 1 o'clock in the morning, still a little bit of rain, and then our next wave of storms pushes on in tomorrow morning. Waking up 7, 8 o'clock, rain and storms mostly west of Highway 65, and some of these could pack a punch with a severe risk. And then we'll continue to watch the storms hanging around through lunchtime, some pockets of heavy rain possible, and then by the afternoon and evening, situated mostly south of I-44, with a few more storms that could also become severe in the evening hours. Then overnight, rain still sticking around into early Thursday morning, and then maybe some dry time for some of you for Thursday afternoon. Now, tomorrow's severe risk is a level 2, slight risk for severe storms highlighted in yellow here in south central Missouri and northern Arkansas. Now, the severe threats today, really just for quarter-size hail. For tomorrow, some quarter-size hail, our greatest threat, but also some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. And there's a very low, but not zero, tornado risk tomorrow, I'd say, in the evening hours. Looks to be that better time, but still that's going to be very low. And we'll see temperatures all week staying well above average, 60s and even back into the mid 70s by Friday. Some more rain Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Friday overnight, another potential for some storms that could also become severe. So let's time this out. In the morning and afternoon, we could see a few isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms still, but the greatest severe risk right now looks to appear to be in the late evening and overnight hours. That threat begins to go up, and we'll continue to see some showers and storms Saturday morning before clearing on out Saturday afternoon. Medium threat for severe storms closer to I-49 on Friday. The rest of us, most of us, included in this low risk. The beneficial part about the rain this week is just how much we'll see. Decent amount, many areas picking up more than an inch to 2 inches on average, with some spots maybe even more than 3. Rain, just some showers right now north of I-44. This is about it. We could see maybe a few isolated thunderstorms late this evening and overnight tonight. But right now, just some much needed rain passing through Golden City, Stockton, Osceola, up into Benton County and Morgan County right now, heading into Camden County. And we'll continue to see a few scattered showers, mostly north of I-44 this evening. And we really need the rain. I will say our annual rainfall departure not looking great. Right now, many are about an inch to 3.5 inches below where we should be for this time of year. And obviously drought conditions for everyone here in the Ozarks. West Plains, a 3.5 inch rainfall deficit. So the rain this week, beneficial. We are looking at on average 1 to 3 inches of rain, but I do think we could see some locally higher totals, certainly greater than 3 inches of rain in some spots over the next 7 days. So there is the potential for maybe some localized flooding as well. Maybe that better chance looking to be south of I-44. But regardless, widespread rain throughout the week ahead, but also tracking the potential for some storms that could be severe. A marginal low risk for severe storms late this evening and overnight tonight for quarter-size hail. Another potential tomorrow, a slight risk, mostly south of I-44. Quarter-size hail, damaging winds, and then another chance on Friday. And that's going to be a slight to maybe even enhanced risk for severe storms. So we'll have to watch that one very closely. I-44 on the lighter side. Currently no storms. There is the potential for maybe a few thunderstorms later on this evening and overnight with a low severe risk. Temperature-wise, staying very warm in the 60s through much of the night, and then for many dropping back into the 50s tomorrow early morning to still a few low 60s waking up in Arkansas. Few showers and storms, and a few more storms moving in for the day tomorrow with another severe risk for your Wednesday. We've issued a first alert now for Wednesday for the potential for severe storms here in south central Missouri and northern Arkansas, heading into mostly the very late afternoon and evening hours. I'll have more details on the timing and another severe risk heading into the weekend coming up on KY3 News at 5. Many north of I-44 currently. A few pockets of maybe some moderate rain into parts of Benton County there, around Stockton on the lighter side, Osceola. Nothing severe, but there is a severe risk for this evening and really mostly I'd say overnight into early tomorrow morning. Level 1 marginal risk for quarter-size hail as that primary threat. Temperatures today have been a lot warmer. We've been in the 70s for most, all thanks to a warm front. Low to mid 70s right now for many, 69 in West Plains, 64 in Camdenton, and a little bit cooler north of the warm front in Warsaw right now. Winds have been slightly breezy today, not too bad right now, on average about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight dropping into the 60s and will stay in the 60s for much of the night before some cool off into the 50s early tomorrow morning, and tomorrow afternoon a variety of highs ranging from the mid 50s north to maybe even still some 70s further off to the south, with more storms tomorrow and a first alert weather day for Wednesday evening for some more storms that I'll time out for you coming up soon.
Thank you, Danielle.
A little bit of rain, mostly north of I-44. Some light showers right now. There is a chance for a few storms this evening and overnight tonight. Some could be maybe on the low end of our severe threat for the day today and overnight tonight for quarter-size hail. All thanks to a warm front that's lifted north over the area today, pushing in obviously some warmer air and very sticky air as well. This evening, temperatures by around 8 o'clock. It's been a little bit cooler in our northernmost cities where the warm front hasn't reached in the 50s. Mid 60s further off to the south. Lows tonight dropping back in the upper 40s north to maybe even still waking up in the 60s in Harrison and Mountain Home. And then tomorrow afternoon climbing into the mid to upper 50s north of I-44. Mid 60s here around Springfield and maybe even touching into the low 70s still tomorrow before a cold front passes on by. But that front's not really going to bring us colder air tomorrow. It will bring us another risk for some storms tomorrow. That could also be severe with a first alert weather day issued for Wednesday evening. So this evening, still maybe a few isolated to widely scattered showers, mostly north of I-44. Isolated thunderstorm could contain quarter-size hail. I'd say that better risk will be closer to the morning hours. We'll wake up to some more showers and storms pushing in from the west. These could pack a punch with quarter-size hail and damaging wind gusts. And then by lunchtime, still raining close to the interstate. And then showers shift south of I-44 into the afternoon and evening. Some of these could be severe with damaging wind, large hail, and there's a very low but not zero tornado risk tomorrow evening as well. We'll continue to see rain Wednesday overnight into Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon, I think the rain begins to clear on out. Now tomorrow's severe risk, level 2 slight risk for areas mostly south of I-44, I mentioned quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, and that very low tornado risk. So be sure to download the KY3 weather app. Some daily rain chances all the way through Saturday. Temperatures staying above average in the 60s and 70s. And another storm risk for your Friday night into Saturday morning. I think we'll see some scattered showers Friday afternoon and into the evening. The severe risk begins to go up late in the evening and overnight. Rain still Saturday morning and then quickly clearing out Saturday afternoon. Medium threat for severe storms issued for Friday in Arkansas and a low risk for almost all of the rest of us. Damaging winds, large hail, and maybe even a low tornado risk as well for your Friday. Much needed rain though. Moving in with all of these systems this week, many picking up at least 1 to 3 inches of rain over the next week ahead. Locally higher totals greater than 3 inches could be possible. So some localized flooding will be a threat through the week as well. Above average highs and lows all week, 60s and 70s. We have 50s and 40s for overnight lows. Also issued a first alert weather day for the severe threat Friday evening into the overnight hours, maybe even extending into early Saturday morning. So we'll be watching out for that through the week ahead.
Okay.
But temperatures feeling very spring-like. Okay, Paul.
Yeah.
Weather school question today. How hot can lightning heat the air?
We're going big. We're going C.
You're going C. Well, you're correct. The answer's C.
Okay.
However, I like to, trick you sometimes. And so I have a bonus question for you today.
Yes.
And that is, when is Danielle's baby due?
You shocked me on this. Congratulations.
Yeah, this is the first time Paul's finding out, so.
Oh, my.
Yep. I am having a baby, my husband and
Congrats.
I. Thank you. We're excited. And I'm due August 2026.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, I've been
You
keeping
really
it-
got me on this.
I know.
What
My
a
heart is
surprise.
racing. I've been keeping it a secret for such a long time, from literally everyone at the station, basically, almost until today. So I finally got to tell my family when I was on vacation this past week.
Aw.
But many of you guys at home have actually guessed. I've gotten numerous messages, and the weather team's gotten numerous questions asking. But yeah, I've got a little baby bump in here.
I am so observant. I did not figure
Yeah.
this out.
Well, I'm glad I surprised you. It's been a journey, second trimester now, so grateful for that.
All right.
My husband's really excited too.
We're excited for both of you.
Thanks.
Well, we've got things to talk about, but we're also going to tell you about this. The 2 reasons many Americans are getting a fatter tax refund this year. You stinker.
I know.
To look at, well, we need to look at this.
Yes, we need to talk about the storm chances still this week. Low risk Tuesday, slight risk tomorrow, Tuesday's today, and then Friday, a slight to enhanced risk we're tracking. Through the week, we stay warm, several storm chances, a lot of rain, much needed through the week.
I'm still in shock here. I can't
I
hardly
know.
believe this.
Aw,
Holy
thanks,
cow.
Paul.
Congratulations.
I have a great family and support system here at KY3.
Yeah. You rock. All right. Thank you for watching KY3 News at 5. You never know what surprises we're going to get here. Emily and Steve back in a half hour.